Welcome to Bytes and Bolts, the podcast where we seek to improve ourselves, our work, and the web industry as a whole. Now, today we're going to be talking about humility and how it relates to education. And this can really be titled Pride, the Education Killer. Pride, the education killer. Well, first things first, I love learning. I'm one of those lifelong learners. What topics am I interested in? Well, it'd probably be easier for me to list the ones that I'm not interested in, and even then it's a pretty short list. I found that even when subjects are completely different, there are often skills to be learned that can be applied to other areas of my life. The applications are literally endless, and the benefits of learning are reaped time and time again. My goal is to always be learning, to form a neural-like network of information that will give me perspective and insights into all areas of my life. It's one of the reasons why I really value education. It's why I strive to know what I don't know. Now, every job requires learning. Whether you're pushing carts, building homes, detailing cars, caring for lawns, selling software, or building websites, you need to learn your trade. You need to understand what it takes to do your job well and be successful at it. Furthermore, some industries require more long-term learning than others. It's my belief and experience that the web industry is one of them. Now, here's a fact. Education is necessary if you're in the web industry. Why? Well, the web industry is completely and constantly evolving. It's like part of the foundation of it. Things are literally changing on a daily basis. And to keep up with it all, our industry spends millions of dollars a year on education. We have tons of online learning venues like lynda.com, Treehouse, Code School, and others. And no, none of those are sponsors, please. They're not sponsors. They're just good sources. And I can't even keep track of the number of conferences devoted to web topics. And when you take a minute to think about the dollars and hours spent on learning, it's actually pretty astounding. This is a telling sign that our industry as a whole really values education. It's a central component to doing great work, and it's the antithesis to stagnation, which will kill your career. So, I've titled this episode, Pride Kills Education. Well, here's why. In my experience, the single greatest threat to our education is pride. I'm not talking about self-esteem or confidence in your skills. That's something completely different. I'm talking about the self-exalting, I'm better than you, you can't teach me anything, and there's nothing else I need to know kind of pride. This kind of pride is toxic. Everyone struggles with it at some point. The battle to keep it in check and to listen to what others have to say. You have to battle for that. If you open your mind for a few minutes and close your mouth, you might actually learn something. It might sound a little harsh, but I'm really preaching to myself here as well. We have to battle the temptation to just coast along on our current knowledge and skill set and ability level. I can't tell you the number of times I've caught myself trying to finish someone else's sentence or help them explain some new concept to me that I don't even understand. I make it a point to try and keep my mouth closed and my ears open unless I have something unique and helpful to add. And when we assume that we possess all the knowledge that we need to perform our incredibly detail-oriented jobs in the web industry, we are doomed to stagnate, to fall behind and create dated, mediocre work. I assure you that there's always something else to learn, and that spending the time to learn what's new will improve yourself and your work. So I'm saying that humility is, I guess, the first step to education. Now, Start Your Shift, at Start Your Shift on Twitter, or from the guys at Sparkbox, you can check them out. Well, they asked the question, what should we do to prepare the next generation of web makers? My answer is to teach them humility and teach them to keep the wonder of learning alive. As long as the next generation is brought up to seek a pattern of learning, then the community will benefit greatly. The web that this next generation will create will depend upon how willing they are to expand their knowledge and their understanding. And as they learn to explore and tinker with web problems, the lessons and informations that they have learned will be incredibly helpful to them. Humility is really just the first step. It's the gateway that allows us to know that we don't know it all. And over time, humility allows our confidence to grow because as our brains get upgraded by new information, we can more effectively do our jobs. In the web industry, this leads to better, more performant websites that are accessible and visually rich. So really to sum up, here's a quick gut check for you. If someone asks you a question that you don't know the answer to, what do? Are you more apt to kind of make up some arbitrary answer and be adamant about it and stand on that and be a hill to die on? Or just offer, I don't know, but let's find out together. How about your drive to learn? Do you ever read forums or watch videos or talk to friends to seek out an answer? You know how to learn. I'm sure you do. I'm also sure that you like to learn. It's all dependent upon your interests. We're never done learning. We'll never know it all. And that's why we must seek to expand our knowledge base. We have to keep pushing ourselves in areas that we're not comfortable in. It's imperative that we continue to learn. It will benefit us and the web community as a whole. So lastly, stay humble, stay confident, keep learning. Thanks for listening to the show today. Had a really great time thinking through how humility can really help improve us. If you guys have questions, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter. You can find me at Jon Daiello on Twitter. I'm always happy to answer questions or comments and kind of continue the discussion, because that's really what it's all about. Improving ourselves through discussions that we can have in our work every day. Catch you next time.